Good morning. It's time for breakfast. We're going to eat gnomes. Gnomes for breakfast. So let's have some fun with that. Anyways, hi, I'm Tiffany. Welcome to my quilting life. We are going to play with gnomes today. So I have this book. If you type in explanation pattern, it'll give you a link to this book so that you can make this at a future date, because if you don't have this book today and you're not scatterbraining to go grab the items like I did last night in a hurry, we are going to make a project out of this book called Magical Garden. It's a magical garden. This is totally out of my realm of the things that I do. If you're curious, this book is called Quilted Gnomes for Your Home. It's got 9 whimsical designs. It's by Annie's Quilting. And it's just a little book, but it has lots of stuff in it. It's got 9 projects in it. And they all have their little things for applique if it needs applique, which that page keeps sticking. It has the applique stuff in it so that I can cut my little gnomes out. So for today's project, I needed 1/8 yard of each color brown for the bottoms. But guess what? I'm not using that because I decided to just grab a 1/4 of a yard of this brown and make them all the same. I really don't care if they're different or not. Then I needed 1/8 yard each of a green and white tonal print. That was, I have no idea. I needed a mustard color and an orange color, so I grabbed red and mustard for the tops. Okay. And then I needed, oh, the mustard solid is for the body. So I grabbed this pinky color because I didn't have a orange ear, but pink for the nose and the hands and the feet is perfect. And then 3/8 of a yard of 2 different whites. I have a white with blue polka dot and a white with brown polka dot. In case you're curious, those are Riley Blake.
He says, Mommy, I'm hunting gnomes.
He's going to hunt gnomes today.
Yes.
And then I needed for the sashing and the borders, I chose this sky blue and this darker blue with leaves on it. And then for my 4 gnomes, I only needed scraps for this. I don't even think it said it on there. I don't know, maybe it did. I grabbed a blue with stars, a green with polka dot scrap, another green polka dotty scrap, and a blue scrap. And then for his beard and mustache part, I grabbed this white with glitter on it. But it's that inset glitter, so hopefully it shouldn't have a problem when I'm ironing, because you know I hate glitter fabric. So so that's what I have. And then the other thing you're going to need if you're making this project is some heat and bond, because we're doing raw edge applique here. So I got some heat and bond light, and obviously we're going to need an iron and all that other stuff. Oh, and today I'm using my Juki HZL F600 because this one, when I open the lid here, says, oh my God, you have a lot of decorative stitches. So that way I can applique. So we're going to go ahead and just get started. I'm literally going to go to the page 2 for cutting real quick and put some googly eyes on and read this real quick. I could just cut all these little guys out and then cut all this stuff. No, I didn't trace it already. All right. Heat and bond time, and I'm going to trace 4 mushroom tops and whatever, 4 sets of everything onto my lovely heat and bond. And I'm going to trace it onto the paper side, not the glue side. So I'm literally going to lay this on here and trace all these, and I'm going to use a pencil. That way it doesn't disappear.
Heat bond smells funny.
I need a good pencil. not that pencil, this pencil. All right, I should have grabbed my pencil to start with. So I'm gonna put 4 tops of my mushrooms on, and then I will put 4 bottom mushroom pieces, and I will make all this fit. And I'm tracing it, and I'm not perfect at this whole tracing thing because my wonderful shaky hands. So my mushrooms will be all different. So I'm gonna put 4 of these on here and try to use less stuff as possible, the least amount of usage. Oh, I have some. I just am using this package because it was already in a pre-packaged. Scott goes, I'll buy you more heat and bond. I have some. I just grabbed this package one. 2. Now I'm going to turn it and do 3 and 4. See, because I'm saving space on here so that I can get all of my parts and pieces. I probably could have, cut out everything prior to the size, but I'm tracing from a book. Why not? They put it in the book. I'm going to trace from the book. You could draw it on paper. Draw each piece on a piece of paper, like all the parts and pieces on paper first, and then use that paper as your drawing board, but
Yeah, you told me you were going to use printer paper.
Yeah, I was going to use printer paper. I told Scott last night, I'll just use printer paper, but I'm just going directly onto the heat and bond. No sense in drawing twice, I guess. Because I usually, so when I do applique and stuff like this, I usually actually do, I'll draw out on a piece of paper first and use Sharpie to outline it, a Sharpie, on the paper. That way, when I transfer it, I can see the lines even better, All right, so let's do 4 mushroom bottoms. Let's put mush top, 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 top. Just because, you never know. I might be dumb and forget which piece goes to what. So now I'm going to put 4 of these on here. And I'm actually just going to cut it all out individually and then attach it to my fabric so that I get the best use of my fabric instead of wasting it. I do that too. You guys know me. If you've been following long enough, you know that I hate to waste fabric. It drives me crazy. Bottom, bottom, bottom. I gotta remember to write that every time I do this. I don't want any of these to be exactly the same. All right. Now let's do right shoe, left shoe. I'm literally just going to draw a bunch of these right shoe, left shoes right here. They seem so tiny. 1, 2.
Just little boys.
There's just little things, and I'm going to cut these little things out. I need 4 sets, so I need to do 8 of them. Okay, those are the shoes. Okay. Then we need the noses, so we're going to put 4 noses on here. Got a big nose. All right. Then we want the top of beard. Let's do beard tops because it's on this page. So I need 4 of these. 2. 3. And so you guys got to join me while we do something I never do. You know, these gnomes. Totally not my style. Okay, there's 4 beard. 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 Top, top, top. Okay. We got the nose. We need its little heart. So I need 4 little hearts. 1. 2. 3. And the heart I'm not even going to write on because obviously it's an obvious thing. All right, then we need beard bottom. Let's start filling up in here. Beard bottom. Oops, right there. Bottom. 2. 3. And 4. BB, 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 beard bottom. Okay. Then we need the tunic, which is the clothing that it's wearing. I need 4 of those. Slight, it's just a little. 2. 3. And 4. All right. Is that everything from that side? Yep, it is. Magical cut bottom. There's 2 different beards. Is that what it is? 2 different tunics? All right, I gotta look at this instruction because here's another beard bottom. It's a bigger beard bottom. Let me see the picture.
It's because some of the hearts are longer.
Oh, I see.
There's 2 separate hearts.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Well, you don't have to do that. You
I
can
don't
the
have to
same
do
heart,
that. I can do the same hearts.
And then you can do the same beard. Just make sure you attach the right beard with the right heart.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure which beard is which.
Well, I already drew some beards. Let's see if they're the same or close to. We'll extend them. So 2 of them I'm going to extend due to me getting it off a little. 2 of them I'm just going to extend. All right, 2 beards are extended. 2 tunics, let's see. Are those exactly the same? 2 of them are going to get bigger. Just 2. I didn't even realize that. I just went for it, you know, so pay attention to that. 2 of the gnomes are different. Okay, so there's 2 bigger tunics. There's 2 more bigger noses. How much bigger? 1, 2.
Would a Caterpillar light board make this easier?
It would if you pre-drew them out. I can't get the single page onto the light board without all this looking funny, but I do have a light board. Okay, all of them have a left sleeve and a right sleeve that look to be the same. And these 2 hearts I'm going to make bigger. Let's see how much bigger. Oh, they're that much bigger. There we go. Okay. 2 hearts are bigger. See some more sleeves. They're all the same, it seems. Oops. I could see through this, though. It's blurry because I am not wearing my glasses, but I could see through it.
That could be the issue. Your glasses are on your forehead.
Yeah, my glasses are on my head. I mean, you know. Let's see. Will it make it better? No, it just unblurried it. Okay, I got those bigger nose. So we have right shoe, left shoe for... Oh, those are the same size. Okay. Now we need the Magical Garden hands. Hands. Let's put hands right here. Arm. Yeah, I probably... Yep, I gotta cut it all out. That's okay. You guys get to see how it's done right here live. Plus, my pieces are not going to be perfect because guess what? My gnomes have been in the garden for years and they're just, falling apart. All right, got those. Oh, we have smaller sleeves. So 2 of the sleeves are smaller. Where are my sleeves at? Let's see. How much smaller? You know what? I'm leaving them. Let's do 2 hats of this one and 2 hats of the other one. And then I am ready to start cutting all this junk out. Behind you, can I have my paper scissors, please? 2 of those hats.
Green one? Or
the ones that say paper,
yep,
paper.
I see it. I see it now.
And 2 hats like this.
I see it now.
One and 2. All right. I'm going to move my book out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and start cutting all this raw first. I'll get it all. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask while I'm doing all this, getting all these pieces situated. I'm literally just giving it a whatchamacallit cut first. And then I'll start cutting each individual item out. Let's just get them off this paper first. so that they're easier to cut. Noses. Those are my shoes. There wasn't a second beard top, was there? It was just each beard top is the same. Looks like it. Okay. And the two-neck part.
What do you mean the beard top? You're talking about his mustachy thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
top
mustache part. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
It's only the bottoms that are different. One's just a hair shorter than the other. Why the noses are different? One's more round and one's more oval. But you can do all the same nose. I don't think that matters.
Arms. Notice I did all these in like little sections so that I could have all this easier to cut. So look at that. It's already all mostly cut out. Now I just need to follow along the lines and keep specific stuff together. So does it show which one gets what hat?
Yeah, they're numbered 1 and 2s, right?
Yeah. So.
Did you mark on the hats 1 and 2s?
No, I did not.
Well, it's going to be hard when
I will give you the shape and you will mark it. How about that?
Well, it's going to be hard when you get to the beards because they are hard to tell by the drawing.
All right, here's
one.
one. You see curved hat, you mark it with whatever it shows.
Yeah, that's the one.
See, if you get yourself a little helper to mark things, you can even have a grandchild sit next to you. You cut out the pieces and they can mark them what they are by finding the shape on the paper. You know, like, oh, good job, yay, you know. And they can put their little number 1s and number 2s. Do the other hats.
That's a 1. And that's a 1.
Some people put this on their stuff first, you know, cut out the fabric first and then put the heat and bond on it, but I actually like cutting them out and then putting them on and then cutting the fabric. Like, I don't know. Again, less fabric waste.
Oh, are you using a different machine today?
Yep, I am using my Juki HZL F600 today.
I'm gonna put a link in.
Scott put a link in. It's the machine that has the zigzags and blanket stitch and so on and so forth. Okay, these 2 first ones are the bigger hearts. Just letting you know.
Yeah. Put it on the thing and see. Number 1.
I also switched my mat around, my cutting mat, because it was really bad. So it's now been turned. To the opposite side. I'm so glad the Fiskars mats have 2 sides to them because for me, it's, you know, since I go through a lot of mats, I get a full year pretty much out of 1 mat. But I cut more than everybody else. So just know you can get a long time out of these mats, but I get a year before I need to replace them. That's the small one.
You cut every single day, though.
But I cut every day. Multiple times a day.
Cutting all day, every day. All this is going in the trash behind you, right?
This trash right here. I don't put those in that trash. That's fabric only.
Yeah, but it all goes in the trash, honey. You know that. I just took it out today.
All right, these are the smaller ones that I'm cutting out now.
Came in, walked around, and went back out. He says, I'm done with gnomes.
Yeah, he's not interested in today's gnome job. Small one.
They look exactly the same, though. What's the difference?
But it's a little bit bigger.
This is the smaller one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, smaller one is number 2, then, I do believe. Pretty sure. It's hard to tell. Yeah, that's number 1. Okay. It's his tunic is what they're calling it.
Mm-hmm. That's a bigger one. How many of you do applique and enjoy it? I enjoy it, but only so much of it. That's why I don't do a lot of it. All
What do you
right.
do with your fabric scraps?
My fabric scraps,
You use it?
I use most everything.
Oh, the real little one.
But this tub gets all the little stuff, like salvages and all this skinny stuff that can't be used for anything else. Yes, that was a Bonnie and Camille thing. That's what I was working on yesterday. Shine On Bonnie and Camille. And no, I didn't film it, and no, I'm not making a video because it was just scraps of me sewing stuff together. Are these beard pieces the same on the bottom, or top, I mean?
Yeah, they have to be. Because there's only a beard top here. It says 2, but I don't see another one. Oh, the other one's on this page. Did you do that one?
Well, they're all gonna, oh, that's huge.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger.
Whale poop.
Just keep cutting out your other stuff. I'll trace this for you.
Let me give you,
I have the paper over here.
oh, okay, thank you. What else is on that page?
Is hands. Did you get the other hands?
Or how much bigger are they than this?
They look exactly the same. To be honest, the hands are the same. I think you can use the same hands.
And all the shoes are the same?
Uh,
There's no second shoes on there?
there is, but they're very close. They're teeny.
You know what,
These ones are teeny, and these ones are a little bigger.
I'm just gonna, I should have just put this all on one thing, honestly.
Is this the same paper? Or is this something different? This is something different, right?
Yeah, that's just an extra piece.
Did you finish the quilt top behind you?
The quilt top behind me is not finished. Stay tuned Sunday, and we will work on that. I'm just gonna keep that like that.
Okay, can I just
I'm gonna keep these on here too, and cut them out once they're on fabric, because these are just small.
You want this bigger beard though, right?
Yes, I want the bigger beard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the
Throw this
shoes
in,
on
right?
there, and I'm gonna keep all this whole too. Why? Because I just realized, it's probably easier than cutting out these little tiny things.
Have you tried English paper piecing?
I have not tried English paper piecing. All right, now we need an iron, an ironing board, and we need to cut some fabric.
Are you done cutting all that?
No, I have to cut the bottoms still.
Okay, well.
Got everything I need.
Here you go. See, Hubin can trace.
Thank you.
Hubin knows how to trace.
All right. And then these ones I can cut fully out. The rest of everything, I'm just gonna leave it. There's one. Two. Wait, it's warm and ready for me.
Does it need water?
No, not for this. Not for.
Okay. Well, it has water. I was just asking.
I don't use steam for the paper.
Okay. Well, I didn't know.
Three and one more top.
You really gotta cut different fabric this little? That's gonna be hard.
No, I'm just gonna keep. I'm not cutting the little pieces anymore. I'm just leaving them as a solid block, and I'll put it on the fabric and then cut it out.
Okay.
I probably should, work smarter, not harder. All right, now for all of the body pieces, I'm gonna grab now and do those pieces first, because it's just scrap fabric. So I need not beard, but the tunics.
That's these, right?
Yep, and then that's beard. Their hats are the same color as their tunics, right? Yes. And then the
Yes.
sleeves. All right, so I have two big ones and two little ones. I'm just gonna line them up on my fabric. I probably should have left them together.
Hold on. No, 1 and 2 are different.
Oh yeah, that's
You
right.
have to do 1 hats and 2 hats together.
Yep.
1 hats, so you can do, these are both ones, and then one's.
No, I can't because I'm doing 4 different fabrics instead of 2, like those.
Okay.
And then I need 2 sleeves.
Okay, well hold on, this one goes with that one.
Are these arm 1 or arm 2? Some are bigger. Which ones
You
are bigger?
didn't give them to me yet, I didn't know that, sorry. You sure they're not all arm 1? I hate to tell you, but they're all arm 1.
And they're all the same?
Yeah, they're all arm
Okay.
arm 1 is what you have. Arm 2 is barely smaller. I think you could do it.
So these are the bigger ones, though?
They're all the same.
Oh.
That's what they look like to me.
All right. On 1 arm set for this pile of scraps. There we go. Press down. You only need like 3 seconds to 5 seconds, something like that, for heat and bond. Okay. There's 1. And I'm literally just scraps. So this could be a 5-inch square that I could have used. All right, number 2. I need a tunic 1 and a hat 1 and my other arm.
So these arms were just cut in half then?
Yeah.
Good piece?
Yep. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Trying. Look at this, honey. We're crafting together.
Crafting together. You hear him? Look at this, honey. We're crafting together.
How many husbands and wives get to go crafting together?
All right, now we need a hat number 2, a body number 2, and an arm. Arm, tunic, and hat. Do you so excited? Yeah, I had way more scrap than I needed.
Yeah, you're going to have a whole lot of leftover scrap.
That's okay. I could have done more gnomes, but I'm just doing the table runner. All right, the 4th one now.
It's because you're doing...
Oh, their hat is the same. Oh, no, their heart is a different color. Okay.
The heart is the same color as the mushroom top.
Aha. Oh, there's the sleeve. One sleeve.
Yeah, I didn't know you were doing
Bottom.
each gnome different.
Yeah,
I thought you were doing 2 and 2. That's why I told you to use so much fabric, because you're supposed to do 2 gnomes.
I'm doing my gnomes all different. Why? Because I can. Whoever said that it needs to be...
What, your mushroom tops and bottoms you're doing 2 and 2? Or those you're doing all different also?
No, there's 2 and 2.
Okay. So it's
all
just
right.
the gnomes.
Now we need mushroom tops, which are these, and mushroom bottoms. So I literally only need a tiny... I hate to open up a quarter of a yard for this, you know? But let's do 2. I'm trying not to move all this stuff. Move that fabric out of the way, though. We're going to lay this on here. I'm going to pre-press it because it's been folded. And we're going to grab 2 tops, mushroom tops, because the mushroom tops, I'm doing 2 and 2. The best way about it.
Did you number the tops?
I did not number the tops because they're going to be same and same.
Okay. Because your heart's got to go.
Okay. The little iron is steaming. I best turn it off.
Since you did your guides different, I'm kind of confused. You have 1 and 2 hearts, but...
So 2 hearts will get this, and 2 hearts will get this.
Yeah, but you have to put the heart that matches with the guy's body. Remember your guy's beard and tunic?
Yeah, and I'm not going to peel their little things off until I'm ready. So they'll be numbered, and I'll put them with it.
Okay.
All right, give me some hearts. 2 of them.
2's can be red, and 1's can be orange.
1 here and 1 there. Okay. I'm just going to... I don't need anything else from the red, right?
No. I don't think so, no.
I'm just going to rough cut this. All right, so there's 2 tops.
You got a lot of red left over too. Gee whiz. They went a little overboard on their fabric.
Yeah, you don't need this much fabric. You can get away with 10-inch squares probably for most of it.
Yeah.
All right, let's do 2 tops and 2 hearts. And yes, I turned the steam off on the iron. I totally forgot that that can be turned off. Making sure I'm putting the glue side down.
What industrial machine do you have that you make bags with?
My industrial is the... hold on, there's a word. DU 1181N. There's a link in the thing. I love it, but it's buried again. I uncovered it, and now it's buried again. All right, let's put my 2 hearts on here.
Hey, you uncovered it the other week when you were talking about it
Yeah.
being covered. And
I uncovered it when I talked about it being covered so that I could make a bag. And guess what I didn't make? And is already piled. I didn't make a bag, and I already put everything on the. But it's not a lot this time. There's 2 finished quilts and 2 unfinished projects in the works, and then some scraps that from other projects. All right, rough cut this out. All right, so those are on there. Now we need the bottoms.
Those are all the same, right?
Yep. We're gonna put
They
this.
look so small.
I know they do look small, but this whole thing is small, so.
It's true. It is a table runner.
It is a table runner. This is the only thing that uses the brown, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the whole rest of that brown is up for
For another project.
Yeah.
Heck, the rest of this can all be used to make more gnomes, honestly.
Yeah.
I can just cut more out and make another table runner. I can make a ton of gnomes. I'll just grab different scraps each time. Get a bunch of 5-inch squares and make a bunch of different ones, but with the same bottoms and same tops and same noses. All right, there's those. Now let's do beards on glitter.
Beards are all the same color, right?
Yeah, beards are all the same color.
So it doesn't matter whether you do one or two. Do you want me to cut these? Or no, you're going to do that?
No, I'll do it.
I'm saving you paper. I got it.
These are garbage because these ones are the small ones.
Oh.
If these are beards top, oh, they're beard bottom right there. Never mind. Brain fart.
They're all right there. I don't know why you needed so much white. You only need a little teeny piece. They have you using this whole thing?
Yeah, this whole project, other than the borders, can be done with 10-inch squares. Like, literally. But that's okay. Like I said, I can make more gnomes on the side. Heck, I can make a baby quilt of gnomes because there's enough here to get a bunch of blocks. I just have to do different background fabric because I know that I think it requires like 10-inch squares or something. Again, buy the book. It's in the description or in the chat if you type an explanation pattern. It's a link to the book. And it's the same price everywhere, just letting you know.
Is this an applique?
Yep, this is applique. Raw edge applique. All right, my beards are there. Now my noses and feet and hands. Yeah, whew, I could have just grabbed a little tiny pink square. I don't have any little tiny pink squares either. Oh well, we'll use this and we'll use this for everything.
The hands and noses and all that are the same. So are the shoes.
Yep.
Are you doing these two?
Yep. I'm just going to throw them right here next to it.
Yeah, I would if I was you.
Because I totally didn't even think to just leave them on there.
Uh-oh. Leaking water.
Oh, is the butt thing not pushed down?
I don't know what's happening, but it's leaking. I don't know where it came from. Nothing's wet on the iron. See, my shirt's not wet.
Oh, it's probably leaking from this. From this part. I turned the steam off. It could also be why.
I don't know.
Technically, you're not supposed to use steam, but I'm seeing if that's why the iron is leaking. All right. I'm gonna rough cut this out. Oh, just leave it out. It's fine. All right. All of my gnomes are cut out now. I mean, you know, I'm not going to cut all the pieces. Oh, this needs to be pressed out a little bit more. Okay. All of my parts and pieces are there. So now we just need to cut the backgrounds. I need 2 of this one and 2 of this one.
You need the book to see how much and what?
Yeah, I need the book. Right.
I don't know here. Here you go.
All right, let's see how big it says to cut. Oh, by the way, my table runner should be 20 by 54.5 when it's done. If I made a placemats, the placemats are 18 by 13, and each block is 10 inches. All right, let's see. White print 1 and white print 2. Why is it having me cut 3 of each when I'm only making 4? Oh, this table runner is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I bet you mine's only going to be 4. Look at that. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. There was another one.
I think there was another one.
It's folded under.
It only shows 4 here.
1, 2, 3, 4. Why is it having me cut out 3 of each then?
3 of each what?
Of the whites. I only need 2 of each.
The whites go around the mushroom, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at the picture. You're talking this part.
Yeah. See? It says cut 3 and cut 3. I'm not making that, so work with what you have, I
Maybe
guess.
the book screwed up and did a typo.
Oh, no, maybe it's for a bigger size to make a baby quilt or something. All right. I just need 2 from one and 2 from the other. I'm going to press this. And I'm using Riley Blake little dots for this. I might as well press them both. Just need that fold pressed out. Everything else is, I don't know what fabrics any of this other stuff is. All right, let's straighten the edge. Cut out the size, and then we'll cut all the pieces and put them on. Each one. I'm going to cut them out one at a time. That way I don't get anything messed up. And I have to stand for this part because I am not a sit-down cutter unless I'm just doing like scrappy stuff. Oh, my goodness, brain. I got it. Okay, good. It's right there that I missed. Just like that. Perfect. Got water everywhere. I'm going to line it up on a line and make my cut. It's lined up on the line, lined up on the line. Okay, I don't need that. Let's cut this one. It's all this crossing the line. Rather cut the way I know, the way I'm best at it. Right here. All right, well, that's cut that way. Now we're just going to open them up. Iron out that fold.
You want me to turn the big iron on and do the bigger stuff?
Nope.
Okay.
Just pressing the fold out. Okay, there's one fold pressed out. I just need steam on is what I needed. And And the other fold pressed out. All right. Just going to line them up. Cut the selvages off at the same exact time. Turn around every now and then. I cut my fabric wrong. Turn around every now and then. I make a mess in my room. All right, sorry guys, I'm weird, I know. All right.
Don't
Cut.
worry, we love you.
Oops. All right, my squares are cut. Now, we're going to do one of these little guys at a time. We're going to start with, we're going to put the reds on the blues and the other ones on there. All right. Okay. Here we go. We need a single set of hands for this. All right. Then we need a single beard for this. We're doing a 1 or a 2. Let's do number 1. One. We need a mushroom bottom. Just 1. We need a mushroom top. Okay, which one was 1? Okay, 1 is orange. Orange will go on the blue.
Do you need me to look?
Nope. I need one of those and one of these hearts. And then I don't need number 2. Don't need number 2s. I need number 1s. Compass star. All right. Oh, we needed a nose too. I got the hands out and all that, and I didn't even grab a nose. Is the big nose number 1 or the big nose number 2?
Does it matter?
Shoes.
The circle nose is number 1. The oval nose is number 2. So the big one would be 1.
Okay. So I just need one nose. Okay.
And the other one's more ovalish, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's number 2. You want me to put mark on that?
Nope.
That way you're going to ask me again.
All right. Let's put top first. I'm not going to pull the paper off just yet. I'm just cutting everything out first. Then we'll pluck the paper. All right, there's that. Oh, we need the heart. Don't start tossing fabric yet. There's a heart. Don't have anything else on this. This is garbage, but I can get like a 2-inch square from that. All right, beard. One piece of beard. I'm missing a second piece of beard. I need That's the beard bottom, I think. Where's beard top? Aha, right here. Which one is the bigger one? 1 or 2?
For what? What
The
am I looking
beard
at?
bottom. I got the beard top. I need the beard bottom.
1 is the bigger.
Okay.
2 is smaller. I numbered the beards.
Yeah, I didn't grab a bottom.
Oh, you want to know the bottom?
Uh-huh.
Okay, 1 is bigger on the bottom.
Okay,
2
good.
is smaller.
Thank you.
So where are those at? Let me number them. Where'd you put those?
Right there. Get beard bottom. Then we have a nose. Okay. Then we have some hands. Oh my goodness, these are so small. If you have a hard time, this is probably not the project for you if you have a problem with small little pieces, because these are tiny.
Well, the noses and the feet and the hands, yeah.
The noses, the feet, and the hands are just these tiny little pieces. And nose. Now for our body. That's all garbage. Sleeves. All right. Sleeve. 2 sleeves. Bottom. Come on, right there. I do have applique scissors too that I could be using. They have serrated edges. The serrated scissors for this. My Marty Michelle scissors, I think is what it is, or something like that.
Are they on the wall here? Can I
Yeah.
bring them down? You want me to go?
No, that's fine. I'm just going to keep using what I'm using. Because I don't feel like changing out scissors. All right. Almost done with this.
Is there a video of your mariner's compass?
There is a bunch of videos of me making the mariner's compass.
Yeah, there's many videos.
Many videos. It's a whole playlist. All right. Here we go. I'm going to pre-press this again. This square, that way it's nice. Then we will remove paper. So sometimes I struggle with this, but if you just take, if you guys haven't used heat and bond before, if you just take a pen, score it, then it's easier to than trying to get it off on its own, you know? Oops.
Can I help you with that?
Oh, I got it. It's just static clingy to me. All right, so there's my mushroom top. We're going to score the bottom and get it off of here. And it makes this like sticky, well, it's more shiny than anything at the moment. So the mushroom goes to this. I need the book turned around, please.
Bottom goes more towards, well, it depends on which gnome you're doing.
I'm doing gnome 1.
This hat guy goes more that way. Oh, never mind. No.
It's going to go right here.
No. This hat guy goes on this
Oh.
side.
Let's move this about right there. About right here. I'm putting it all in place first. I am ripping the paper and then putting it in place. Then I will iron it all down. I want to make sure everything is where it should be.
Can you see this okay?
Yes.
Do you want me to turn it to a different page?
There.
It's bigger on this page, I think.
Okay. Beard top.
Maybe this page is better.
So beard top faces up because that's where the nose. So it comes in at the hat, right? Yep. And then a nose.
Yeah, his nose goes over this little
Yep.
circle there.
Little tiny pieces. Nose. How much higher on the hat? I don't know.
However high you want it.
There's no gap between the mushroom either. I just noticed that. All right, so then that goes there. Beard.
Arms, hands.
Arms first. Goes like this. Under? Are they under or over?
No. This sharp point. No. Here.
Yeah,
Give it
goes
to me.
this way.
Goes that way.
Ah.
Yeah,
Is it under the beard?
Comes out of that.
Yeah.
His hand comes out of that. The sharp point goes up at the side.
Just pay attention to the pictures. He's helping me because, I obviously can't do this on my own. All right. How's the beard bottom going after? Yeah.
You could put the beard bottom in now and then the heart on top of it.
Yeah.
If you want.
And the hands sitting between it. Like this, right? And the hands should sit right on there. Those are the feet. These are the hands. Oh my goodness, these are so tiny.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to do.
Flick it.
There you go.
I flicked it. I was able to flick that one off.
I would put the heart in the hands. Honey.
Oh, heart.
The hands go on top of the heart.
Hands go on top of the heart. Because they're holding the heart. Duh. The beard comes just a little bit right up there.
Yeah, you're doing this guy up there. His beard comes all the way down close to his feet.
And I don't know which way the hand is supposed to be.
That's good enough. It's kind of hard to tell.
It's kind of hard to tell how this hand is supposed to go. I think that's supposed to be the thumb.
The dip goes up.
Like that?
I think it goes the other way. The dip goes up because it's supposed to be a thumb
it's
and
so
a hand,
tiny.
but I'm not sure.
Like that? Yeah, there we go.
I think that's how it's supposed to be. Because, yeah, this is the thumb here, and this is the rest of his hand. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So this way it'd be...
This off of here. There we go. So, go.
The dip goes up. Dip in there?
Not really.
You sure that's not feet?
Yeah, there we go. No, feet are little circles. Oops, come on. Don't move. There we go. Probably should raise this all up higher too. I just realized it's really low on the
Camera?
No, you can put the camera down so they can see better. I'm talking about the whole entire thing. It needs to go up. This. That. This thing on the beard. Ever so carefully, like this. Perfect.
And then the feet go right in these little
And
indents.
yep, and then the feet.
Because his robe is technically dragging on the ground, is what it looks like. His feet are just barely sticking out of it.
One foot here. And one little gnome foot over on the other side. And then I'll adjust real quick and then iron it down.
What interfacing are you using?
I am using Heat and Bound. He's holding it up so you can see. There and right there. Slide, slide, slide. Sorry, I'm just adjusting it a little. The picture shows it equal with the bottom, so I'm just kind of attempting to adjust everything very carefully, like.
Bring the nose up a little. It's not supposed to be white above it.
There we go. This is about everything.
Yeah, it looks
Here
good
we
to
go.
me. Look at your picture.
I'm going to turn the steam off of that. The
Yeah.
picture looks the same.
Looks
It's
good to
about
me.
equal right here. Good. Here we go. I'm going to do a small piece aside first. I'm not going to slide my iron. I'm literally going to pick it up, put it down.
Do you want the bigger iron so you can do more?
No.
You
I
could
want
do
the
the
little
whole
one.
gnome at a time. You could turn the bigger iron the long way. You know what I mean? Like this?
Oh, no. I don't want to.
Okay.
It only needs a few seconds. Go this way now. Remember, I have a small iron, so. But I think the smaller iron is better for stuff like this.
You know, I could bring the camera around so they can look at it straight on and put it like right here.
No, I'll turn the block around so they can see it and lay it right there on the desk.
Okay.
When it's done.
That's a good idea.
You can see the polka dots behind his beard.
Oh, they did shine through, huh? Our white wasn't dark enough.
Yeah. I should have got a darker white, but that's okay.
Oh well. He has a polka dot.
I'm gonna applique it anyway, and it just look like he has lice in his beard. I mean,
I was gonna say food. You went with lice. I was gonna say food.
All right, now it should be good. Make sure that these are good. Okay. Everything is on there, and it even stuck. Oops, there was a thread underneath it. Okay. Let me turn him around. There is my first gnome. Obviously, he needs to be appliqued. Isn't that adorable? I really don't like this kind of stuff, but it's so adorable. All right, let's do the other. We'll just keep this guy right here so that you can see him. Oh, I don't even know how well you can see right there.
I can see him.
All right, we're going to do another gnome now. Another number 1, though. So we're going to grab another number 1 beard. We're going to grab another mushroom.
Move that to where it's comfortable for you. And I'm
That's good right here.
sure.
Another bottom. This is top number 1, right? So I needed that.
The tops are all the same.
Yep. And then I needed nose number 1. There. I don't need that. And then I need another number 1 of the body and stuff. And sleeves. Oh, I need hands and all that stuff too. that now. You know what? I'm going to just get this out because it's so big anyway.
Is it possible to use too much heat with the edges?
Yes, it's possible to use too much heat and it not stick properly. Yes. That's why you're only supposed to do it like 3 to 5 seconds or something like that to attach, and 3 to 5 seconds to detach. I'm splitting all this now, by the way, just to shrink up my area. And that can just stay there. All right, we need 2 hands. Oh no, those are shoes. Then we need 2 hands. And then we already got the nose, right? Nose, hands. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna grab another square. We're gonna make sure that it's properly pressed first. Okay, here we go. Let's cut the top out. All right, let's cut this heart off of here. I don't know why I'm doing this. I am making a cutting mess on this. Shake this square off. If you want your background squares to lay flatter, you could pre-starch your fabric. You know what? Before you start putting all your applique pieces on it, you could pre-starch it if you want. Top, there's a heart. There's some garbage. Let's do the bottom. All right. Curve that. Trash that. Beard. Can I have a cold water while you're out there? Please, thank you. Oh, wait, we needed a beard bottom too. Duh. All right, beard top, beard bottom. Okay. And our little.
Where would you like it?
Right here in front of me so I can take a drink right now.
Want me to help you cut any of that out?
Nope. 1 foot. 2 foot. 1 hand. 2 hand. Yep, Gnomes Gone Wild, exactly. 1 nose, and then body, and we got some sleeves.
What set you off from making this?
What set me off to make this? Well, yesterday I was in my fabric room and I said, well, I need something to make. And then I said, well, how about we grab this? I grabbed the book and said, let's make something from this book. So we chose one from the book and here we are now. We chose fabric last night, literally at like 7 p.m. and said, okay, this is what we're making. So obviously this is why I'm here. I got to start doing stuff that's out of my normal realm, you know? So this is like perfect. All right. Put the mushroom bottom first. I'll put this trash can closer. Go. I scored it with my needle. Oh, there it is. I was wondering where I scored it at. Yeah, originally, I was going to do something Hot Wheels, but
Gnomes came out as the #1 winner.
Yep, Gnomes was my winner. It was a gnome kind of thing, you know? You never know what I'm going to do.
Will you applique by hand or machine?
I will applique by machine. That is why I pulled out the HZL. All right, that's going to go there. Get these threads off of there. Right there. Let's bring this down some. Just a little. Kind of keep this one a little bit more crooked than the last one. Why? Because I can. All right, hat first. All right, that will go about right here. And then we're going to put the beard. Place it up like that. I'm going to grab a drink of water before I do anything. All right, then we need beard bottom. Oh, that one came off easily. Yay. I like when that happens. And then a heart. Some arms. Sometimes you can just flick it and it comes off. Heart. Some arms. Look at that, they're coming right off. Yay. There. Oh, this beard needs to be adjusted. Other arm. Come on. See, sometimes it just doesn't. You could roll it, you know, I guess. Get it off of there. There, right. I'm lining up the tip points with the tip points of all these pieces as well. Beard bottom has to come down some. That way better. Hold on, let's move this heart for a second.
Now that you got one done, the other should go quick.
Yep. All right, we need to chop a little bit off this beard because it's not landing where it's supposed to. Let's try this now. Perfect. 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 Right there. Turn it right there. Perfect. Turn it. Oh, come on. These tiny little pieces. I don't know a way to not, you know.
You got it right. Technically, your
slide
arms
this.
are backwards, but it'll work.
My arms are backwards. How
Yeah.
how are they backwards?
Yeah. The hooky
Oh,
goes up
no wonder it was messed. Okay.
the
Okay.
hooky goes up.
You know, if I was all by myself in here, I'd be screwing everything up.
Oh, it would
'cause
still look beautiful.
That's what I do.
Still off.
Oh,
Right up here. There you go.
goodness. Let me slide this down a little. Right there. Slide this down just a smidgen right there. And slide this in
It's just like the hands. The hooky goes up.
right here. And match that right there. Right there. There. Stay. Don't move. Don't move. A heart. Some hands are these.
Remember, the hooky goes up on them too.
Goes like this.
Yep. At this thumb. Yep.
Goes up. Ah, where'd it go? Not on me. Okay. Gotta stand up for this.
I'm gonna go grab the flashlight.
I can cut another one out, I guess.
I'm gonna grab the flashlight.
Didn't land right here. Didn't land right here. These are trash pieces. Sorry, guys. It went somewhere. Oh, well. We'll just cut another one because I don't see it anywhere. It's not even on my chair.
Stand up again. Make sure it's...
Not on me.
Okay, stand up, please.
Nope. It flew somewhere in this room.
A little thing.
It was little. That is for sure. All right, let's cut another little one out. Will you do me a favor and just give me a pencil real quick? I'm just going to cut it out of the side from the shoes. It's about that big. So it's an arch up, over, like that. Okay, let's try not to lose this piece. You know, this is what happens when you work with little pieces, though. Just know that.
Do you need a tweezers?
Tweezers? No, I don't need no tweezers. I'm just going to do without.
And set of tweezers. I thought you had that. The wrong hand. You cut out the wrong hand.
Oh, well, who cares? There we go.
That looks good like that.
He's got wonky hands. Why? Because he's got fatigue. You know? Okay. And then the feet. Little tiny pieces. I do have tweezers too, but I'm not smart enough to use those things. I'll just do with what I got going on here. I didn't even cut all these out properly either.
I can go get you the tweezers.
It's
Honey.
kind of funky what I did here. Oh, and the nose. I forgot the nose. We gotta do the nose. Stitching over this is going to be the fun part because it's so tiny, but I did put some Orifil thread in, and then I have a Glide Filtech, same thing, in the bobbin, which is pre-wound bobbins, and it's like a very the skinny thread, both of them. So, and it's just gray, so I'm just going to use gray on all of this. I think that'll be just fine, honestly. And the nose. All right, I'm not going to move any of this. I'm just going to go ahead and maybe this one was the wrong direction though. Yeah, it was the wrong direction. Here we go. I'm literally just gonna. Everything's matching. some people I've seen, they'll take the pins and poke the pins through to hold everything in place. I've seen that before in applique. All right. Click over, make sure I got the whole thing, and I did. All right, here's gnome number dos. Isn't that adorable?
It is. It looks good.
All right, so there's 2 gnomes down. Okay, let's not lose any more pieces. I'll find it in a year, you know.
It'll probably get vacuumed up. When I
Yeah, it'll
vacuum
get vacuumed
tomorrow.
up.
Tomorrow's vacuum day.
All right, this is the next gnome, so let's see.
Next one goes on the other side.
Yep, he's the opposite direction.
Yep.
All right,
Just
so
reminded me.
what I'm also, I think, gonna do is, because I'm appliquing this, usually I use paper as a foundation when I applique, but I think what I'm gonna do is put some whatchamacallit, there's a word on the back of this, some whatever fusible stuff.
You're not talking about heat bond?
No. No, I'm gonna put a
Interfacing?
interface. Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm struggling with words today. Like super bad.
It happens, so
Yeah, we all
don't
have
worry.
this problem. There's a nose, there's feet, there's hands, there's a beard and a beard. Then we need a bottom of the trunk of the mushroom. All right. And then we need a top and 1 heart. Let's just knock this heart off. And then we need a body. It doesn't really matter which one, because it doesn't matter which one. Okay, here we go. Cut them out. All right, let's cut this heart out. Cut my heart out. Throw it to the gnomes. Yeah. All right, let's cut some body parts. Okay, stop doing it over that. Bad habit, guys, bad habit. Okay, there's 1 hat.
What color thread are you going to use to sew it?
I'm going to use gray thread to sew all this for the blanket stitch. I think it'll be the best option. Because there's, it's a lot of color, so gray goes with everything. Those are all cut. Let's cut out the beard chop. Bottom. Some little tiny feet. Another little tiny foot. Some little tiny hands.
They're all little tiny.
Little tiny everything. Like I can't even hold it in my fingers barely.
He's a little tiny guy.
This is where those actual applique scissors probably are better. All right. And now a smaller nose, although it looks the same to me, but whatever. All right, I think that's all of the pieces. Nose, hand, arm, body. Okay, beards. Nothing else on any of this.
What's the finished size? Does it say somewhere?
The finished size is 50 something by 20 when I go to put it all together. 54.5 by 20. Okay, here we go. Bring all these little pieces down here. You know, it probably fell in the trash, by the way.
Yeah, good. I'm sure.
Okay, let's lower this just a little. All this into my hand and onto the table. Right there. See if I can get this without scoring it. Nope, guess not. Oh, maybe. Nope, yep. Yeah, that's hard to do. All right, let's put the mushroom. Oh, now I'm going on the, hold on.
Yeah, he goes the other way.
So there's going to be about right here.
Yeah, this gnome's going on this side.
Right.
Look at the book.
Yep. Yep. Now my gnome is this direction.
Do you have enough room there? Do you need to move forward? Because I got plenty of room there.
No, I'm good. Oh, this is going to be so adorable.
Use your needle. Or do you not need it?
Some I don't need for. Sometimes you can just flick it and it'll come off.
Well, that's almost the same as the book guy. The blue. Yours has stars, this one has polka dots. It's like the same.
Yeah. Let's figure out where these arms go. Then slide that under there. Very carefully lack. Slide it over. Perfect.
Yep, there you go.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, if that little thing's all in here, we can never find it either.
Nope, that's fine.
Well, obviously, you already cut another one out.
Okay. Stay right there, Mr. Beard.
Or
That's fine. I don't need it now.
it was right on the side of you. Well, in case you lose another one, there's an extra. It was right there, right next to the wheel. How we didn't see it, unless the wheel had it stuck to it when we were rolling the chair around. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Not looking for it. Right on top.
Sorry, I'm moving everything down just a little. All right. This heart on here. And this heart is all functified right here. Now for some nosy. There. And then some feetsies. If you guys hear my stomach growling through the microphone, I'm very sorry, but I'm at that point where I'm getting hungry. I want to at least applique one though for now. Yep. Ah. New. Here. Yes. That. Like this. There we go. Everything's the way I want it. I'm not going to move anything now. I'm done with that part. We're just going to. Okay. So here's this guy. Ah, stay. He's adorable. I'm going to go ahead and just put the last one on together.
Okay. You're gonna do all that again next week?
Well, no, I'll do it. I'll start one now.
Okay. You're gonna say something next week.
Yeah, the whole rest of everything else. Oh, I don't know. All right, slide this out of the way momentarily. We're going to get the last of this all cut up. Got a rhythm going, so it's making it a little bit easier. So there's a heart. There's garbage. Mushroom top. Don't forget, explanation pattern will give you a link to get the book that I'm working from. You know what? I can get the little square out of that. I hate wasting. I'm really, really bad about not wanting to waste fabric. It's horrible.
What thread do you use on your Juki?
On my other Juki right now, I have Aurifil in it, and I have Aurifil in this one right now too. But that's just because I'm trying to use up the big spool that I have for my TL 2010Q. But normally I use Essentials, which is my go-to thread lately, and you can get that at Connecting Threads and or Superior Threads. Look, see, here's a 1.5 inch square right there. I can't throw that away. I just can't do it.
What thread do you use for piecing?
For piecing, I use a cotton, normally 40 weight. Most of the time 50 weight though. But like on the normal basis, it's usually a 40 or 50 weight. 2 feet.
Block's 10 inches.
The block is bigger than 10 inches.
Oh, is it bigger?
Yeah, and I don't know on books if I'm allowed to give out measurements. That's why I really haven't. I can say what the fabric requirements are, but I know that for a fact. Feet, garbage. nose. That's gonna be a wonky nose. He's gonna need a nose job. On the other side of the desk in that thing, there's a big, huge thing of that I use, a bolt of just it's. I think it's got an orange top, the SF 101.
The orange top is one under 805. Which one do you want?
SF 101.
You got 911, 911. I don't know which one would be SF 101. Oh, there it is. It's not on the top, it's on the front.
Oh, thank you. Just place it right here for a second. So I'm gonna put some 101 SF 101 underneath these blocks for stabilizer and before appliquing. It's just gonna help me keep it flatter, which is in reality smart to do. Because we want it to, we don't want the fabric to bunch underneath. Parts and pieces. Let's get this one on here now, and then we'll get to sewing. Oh, I need that still to score. All right,
Yeah,
let's
I was
do
gonna say, you can't get rid of the needle, you need it now.
mushroom bottom.
The needle is of use.
There. Mushroom top. Let's see if I can get it to, no. Let's just score it. It's so much easier to just score it when it's a big chunk like this.
Did you lose the needle?
I did not lose the needle. It went under the,
Ah, there it is.
mushroom top. Slide this over, slide that down. And put Mr. Gnome on here. See, sometimes you can flick it and the paper just comes right off. It's amazing how this stuff works. All right, then he needs the bottom of his body. Go about right there, probably. It'll also make the nose, I mean, not the nose, the beard not as see-through seeming.
Yeah, the other guy, the beard, really, you see the dots through.
Yeah.
This guy's not quite as bad. These dots are lighter. The other one's navy blue.
It
It's
flung
just
away from
flying-
me.
It's just flying away.
They're flying away from me. This one goes on this side.
Yep, there you go. Hooked up. Good job.
This one goes on this side. I'm like sliding them under like a building block, you know? And this gets slid under those, just ever so slightly. And then this goes under that. I almost had that in the perfect position too. Look at that. All right, let's do
There's your nose.
a foot. And another foot. He needs foot surgery. These are some funky feet. He's got corns all over him. Just kidding, you know. Sometimes I like to be silly.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta do the heart.
Oh, yeah, the heart first.
Heart
then the
goes
hand.
first.
Thank you. Oops. And oh, nope. Nope. I have it upside
Remember,
down.
it should go thumb up. There you go. Yep, thumb up.
Up. Right there. All right. Looks
You
good
might
enough
want
to me.
turn his nose a little.
Oh.
I just threw it on there. That wasn't me. adjusting it. That was just me throwing it.
All right, here we go. Just know if you were a beginner and you've never done applique before, it takes a while to do, for one. You make a big mess, for two. But it's so worth it in the end because you get these cute little projects that you couldn't piece together otherwise. I mean, they do make paper piecing patterns for all sorts of stuff, so they probably have gnome paper piecing patterns out there. But, you know. You gnome. I'm going to start saying that. You gnome. Okay, it seems to all be down. Now what I'm going to do is move the book out of the way. Here is the little block. That guy. We're going to move him out of the way too. We're going to take this lovely stuff right here and I'm going to lay it right here on this. I'm literally just going to lay it here. The glue side is facing up to me right now. I'm just going to place my block on it. And yes, I can sew this stuff into the seam. Shoot, don't touch it. I'm just giving it a quick heat all the way around. I'm not trying to touch my gnomes on the top side much. And then I'm going to turn it upside down to finish the gluing because I don't want to ruin it. Right now I'll just do this block so we can take it over and applique it. But that's what I'm going to do for the rest of these blocks. So I'm going to turn it upside down real quick and then iron it on the rest of the way properly. And this will be my stabilizer. For the applique. That way I don't have to put paper underneath. Sometimes I just use paper, but this is a lot of tiny stuff and I don't want to rip paper from tiny little pieces, you know. All right, that is now ready. Let's go to the machine and applique this lovely block here. And I'll trim any excess away later, but for now, let's go to the machine. And Scott will bring the machine around, the camera around so that you guys can watch.
Bring that machine around.
The sewing part. It is not in my way.
Where are you?
I'm going right here as long as my knee can get to this thing. Okay. We're going to go up here. We're going to choose a blanket stitch. I want, because this is really tiny stuff, I think I want to do 4. So we're going to do this button 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to choose blanket stitch right there. Press OK, and then we're going to go to number 4. All right, and now we're going to take a tester piece of fabric real quick. Let's use this one because I can see it better. And I'm going to do a stitch to see how big it is and if I need to adjust it. And that's very big, so we're going to make it smaller. 2.0 and 2.0. Let's see. Well, 2.0 might be too small. Let's see. 2. That is perfect. All right, so we're going to do that stitch right there. So 2.4 and 2.2. I'm literally going to go around this whole entire thing, and then I'll come back and get in all the little stuff, but I'm going to start with going around it. I am lining my needle up on that outer part with the edge of this. Is it really good seeable? Or does it need to come down, camera?
I'm not there yet, so I can't tell you.
Oh,
Mine's way behind.
yeah, it needs to come down.
Yeah. Does your wool mat sweat on your cutting board?
My wool mat does not sweat on my cutting board because I have a second cutting board underneath it. That's fine right there. Yeah, just.
Are you sure that's good?
Yeah. It's a way to come further down.
Well, if I go too far
So,
down there,
yeah.
I'm not gonna see.
My needle is lined up with the edge of this. So I'm going to start stitching along the edge. I stitch fast, and I just need to wear glasses to do this.
Just need to glass.
So that I can see. But now I don't have to have, because I have the stabilizer underneath, I don't have to worry about anything. And I just use my hand to adjust it as it goes around. So I love to sew fast, and I realize that I really don't have the patience for applique, and that's probably why I don't do it very often, because this is taking forever.
Tiff does not like to go slow.
Yeah, I don't like to go slow. Oh yeah, this gray was the perfect choice. So I'm going to go to right here, right there. Now I'm going to, which way is it going to click in? We're going to go down. So I'm going around this all first. Because I'm going to have to change anyway the direction when I go to do the rest. And I'll probably break thread. There. One more right there. So let's go this way. I gotta slow it down for this now, even slower. Because this is such a tiny little piece. I'm gonna go around the whole thing. Just break thread. Because these are so small. Come in right here. Oops, start right here. Not at the edge. Now make my way around. And yes, I could have changed to a peach thread or something, but what's the point? Continue on. I'm going to go around the blue guy. What is I step on? Oh, I have a hooked thread right here. Where's my snips? Am I going to do any what? No, I'm just doing a blanket stitch. Yeah, I have tons of stitches I could use, but I honestly don't want to.
Maybe next time.
But I could have. You can do whatever stitch you want on your applique. Let's make my way around here now, I guess. I'll go around Mr. Nose. And the knee lift is the best thing we have. I'm telling you, I'm so glad that these Juki machines come with knee lifts. I don't know what other machines do, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the newer machines have knee lifts. It makes life so much easier. Start here. Get this little section. We're gonna get this little section. I'm literally just doing all these little sections, and then I'll finish going around the. Okay, so let's do his hand. Finish going around the heart, and then we'll do the other hand. I probably could have used a clear thread too, a monofilament thread, but I don't even think I have one that'll work with this machine. I have some, but I think it's for something else because I tried it on this machine before, and it no, it was the other Juki, I think. I don't think I tried it on this one, but you can use that too. Again, I'm just using the gray because gray goes with everything. Trying to go super slow, but it's so hard for me to go slow. Go into this arm. Turn it around, go this way on it. Get the top of the heart. Go even slower, slower right there. Bottom of this hand, or arm, I mean. And I'll go through and snip all the excess threads because I'm making a thread mess. all this off. I'm going to get the top of his head first, and then I'll go around the rest of the mushroom. All these threads, though. All right. Last on his head, do this. Just a little bit longer.
Becca's on if you want to say hi.
What'd you say?
Becca's on.
Hi, Becca. I'm sorry, guys. I also realized just now that I didn't say hi to anybody when I first got on. So hello, everybody. Sorry I didn't name call today, but I wanted to get right to it because I knew this was going to take a while. Applique does take time, so. All right, I'm going to pivot right here. All right, cut thread. Now finish with the mushroom. And I probably could have chose a stitch that was wider, so that way it went faster, but these little tiny pieces, we really need to keep them held down, you know? So since this is a table runner, when things like this are used on tables and stuff and not hanging on a wall, they're going to get washed here and there because obviously, you know, table runners do get dirty. So we want these little applique pieces to be really good and nicely held down. So I'm going to get to the top of here, break thread, and then come the rest of the way around. All right, so now it goes this way. Again, I'm trying my best to keep the needle on the edge of the applique. So for all you beginners out there, I would say start with a bigger project with bigger pieces just so that you can get the hang of it. But if you've been sewing for a while and you want a good applique project, this is super fun. I just love it because they're cute little gnomes. And again, I've never made gnomes before, so because it's out of my realm of liking.
Yeah, this is a first.
Yeah, this is a first. You guys have never seen me do stuff that's completely out of the things that I like, but it's cute. I don't know, I like skulls and all that kind of stuff, you know? Now, if there was a skull and crossbone applique, I would totally do it. Now that I think about it, I should just make up my own applique pattern for skull and crossbones.
You should. There you go. Bam.
All right, crossing over just a smidgen. Let's trim these threads, the last of them.
You can do a Halloween or a pirate themed with it, or just
All right.
crossbones.
So you can see it's nice and stiff now. See, so this is not going to get messed up because we put that stabilizer underneath it. So see, you can still see the colors, but I mean, the gray thread from far away, you still know it's a gnome. You know? All right, you can move the camera back where it goes.
Okay.
And then the last thing I'm going to do, because either way, even with the stabilizer, the block got crinkly from me screwing around. Normally I cut the blocks bigger than they need to be too, and then cut them to size, but I didn't do that today. There we go. Now it's nice and flat. Oops, and there was one more thread right here. All right, so here he is. And we have the other ones that need to be done. So what I'm going to do is we are going to finish the rest of this in 2 weeks, which is the next, the third Thursday of this month. I don't know what day it falls on, but we'll come back and that's when we'll build the rest of it. Between now and then, though, I will get the stabilizer underneath and applique these, because this takes up a whole video in itself, and we don't want to drag it out more than 2 videos. So we will get all this stuff appliqued. By then, maybe you guys will receive the book if you've purchased it. So don't forget, this is the book we're working from, Quilted Gnomes for the Home. And we are making the magical garden. So explanation pattern will get you a link to buy the book. Again, it's the same price everywhere we looked. So if you buy it from the link, then it helps my channel out. We are making that. And then again, I'll applique the rest of these by the time next video, and then we'll trim and get everything situated for putting it into a quilt. You know, making the other pieces. So there that is. You can turn it facing me now. We're going to get off of here. So these are all my pieces and parts. Oh. All right. Let's see. Anything else before I get off of here, guys? Yeah, I've used tweezers for the small pieces too. I just didn't think to bring all that kind of stuff in here. So, all right. I'm glad you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, the next Breakfast at Tiffany's is not next week, but the following week. And Sunday will be Sunday. So the 17th? Yeah. So the 17th I'll be on again and we'll work on our gnomes, but I'll have them appliqued.
And on Sunday you're doing
And then what's behind me, that will be on Sunday. So if you've been curious watching this whole video, that's Sunday's live stream that will get put together. And then we're going to border it, and that will be fun. So anything else before I go? No, I don't see anything. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching and hanging out and having a good breakfast with me. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.